Hi folks, I'm going to use this AJ Greer example of angling to show you why Alex Ovechkin's hit on Pageau the other night was a penalty. And for those of you that don't know, angling in hockey isn't like a true angle, like a 90 degree or something like that. It's an arc. It's a curve. So you're coming in, you're trying to angle a player to where you want, and you slowly turn and take away their space. So that player skates into your path of travel, and there's eventually going to be a moment in time where your two lines collide. That's the contact. If you're angling properly, contact can happen at any moment. You're under full control as the checker. You could take a little sharper angle, make contact there, or you can take a little longer angle, make contact there, or if you really choose to, you could just keep skating parallel to that player and never make contact at all while still controlling them. It's up to you when you decide when you want to turn in and finish that check. That's why angling is so important, because you can control the timing, the moment, and the power of impact. You're under full control when you angle properly. If you don't take an angle, you're not under control. So I'm going to show you how this works in this case. So here goes Greer. He's getting himself in line, matching the speed of the puck carrier. Now he starts his curve, and he keeps curving. And even at moment of impact, he's still curving to his left. Watch his skates. They don't turn into impact. They turn up the ice away from impact because he knows that Deslauriers is supposed to carry on that path of travel, and he's trying to make sure that impact happens at the moment he wants. He's not turning into Deslauriers' back, so just because Deslauriers does turn his back doesn't mean Greer gets to turn into him and hit him. He's on an angle. He's taking a path of approach that's just cutting Deslauriers off. Deslauriers has to get rid of the puck, and he saves himself, which is what you guys want him to do. Get rid of the puck and protect yourself. Well, he did. That's exactly what you want. So Greer did his hockey job. He made the defender get rid of the puck. He stopped the defender from jumping up into the play. Just because he didn't make contact doesn't mean it wasn't a successful hockey play. So how does that relate to Ovechkin? Well, imagine if Ovechkin had taken either this angle or this angle. Now, in this case, he'd be creating proper contact. This is the actual angle he should really take. Because in this angle, he's going to create north-south contact, and that's a little harder to control. It's legal, but it's a little harder to control. So really, this is the angle he should take, the same path that Greer took, approaching the same corner. But Ovechkin doesn't take any angle at all. He just goes in a straight line. That is a problem because there's no way you can possibly hit that player anywhere but into the boards. You're already asking for trouble. Plus, if you take a curved angle of approach, then you can use your feet planted on the ice to steer yourself and control force of impact. You could hit now, or you could hit now, or you could hit now, whenever you decide to turn your feet. If you go in a straight line with no curve, you have no control over that. You have no choice but to either keep your feet planted and go directly straight into contact, which is a problem, or you're going to have to lift your feet off the ice slightly to rotate them sideways, and in that case, you're going to launch. So as soon as I saw this angle of approach, I knew something bad was probably going to happen. It's the most likely scenario. And sure enough, straight line angle of approach, and he has no choice. He either glides through and smashes his knees into the boards, or he has to flip sideways to try and go with his shoulder, and the only way to do that is to launch. Straight line angle of approach. This has nothing to do with the fact that Ovechkin is a big man hitting a small man. Has nothing to do with that. This is a man who doesn't have a good angle of approach and decides to check anyway. For the situation, I think he actually does a good job to make it as safely as possible. But the danger is created by the situation he created, so it's still his fault. The onus is on the player delivering the check. That's why it's a penalty.